come into this one. I kind of want to talk about this one because this is like a weird one that's been on my mind for a while. What calculates or what counts as smack talk versus like actual bullying? Because I feel like there's a very, very thin line going on there, and a lot of people abuse that very thin line. Like, to me, it's always made sense in my head, like in the terms of Dead by Daylight, like, oh, you're boosted. Like, I don't think that's like bullying, right? Like, if somebody calls somebody boosted, I don't think that's necessarily like personal, right? It just like if somebody's running dead hard and they just like eat every pallet, I'm like boosted, you know? Is that bullying? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's just kind of like implying that like they rely on a certain strategy in circumventing a skill that they could be learning, you know? I don't think that's anything like remotely personal. I think calling someone like brain dead or something worse, calling them a POS or something, like I feel like that's actual bullying because that's like your entire self. That's like your person, right? It's not about how you play in the game anymore. It's not about how you play in the game anymore. It's about you. It's about the person. You are terrible because of the way you play. And I think that is the difference. I think that's the main difference. I think the game first language is what makes it just smack talking. And then people first language is what makes it insulting and bullying. Because if it's game first language that, oh, you ran pop corrupt, you must like your crutch perks. That's game first language. That's game first language. Because you did something in the game, you know, you must be boosted or you must not know how to play the game. It's game first language. It's all based around the game itself and how the game is going. It's not about you, the person. But like people first language, like you're brain dead because you run pop ruin. Like that's people first language. That is, the person is terrible. And one of the ways that I have identified this, supposedly, is that you use Pop Ruin. And that, I would say that's like just hardcore bullying. That just sucks. That's just being a mean person for no reason. So I think that's like the main difference between those two. But this is, I didn't want to like just talk about like my thoughts with this and just be like, hey, I got all the right answers. Because this is something that like I feel like a lot of different people have a lot of different like ideas about. Like a lot of people have different viewpoints. Like I hear like gaming boomers being like, well, back in the COD lobbies, we used to say whatever we want, so it's okay now. And that's just, you're just a boomer, a gaming boomer, dude. Shut up. Nobody wants to hear about OG COD lobbies. Nobody cares. I hear that brought up so often, and I get it. You got your little medal of survival or whatever because you were in a voice chat with a bunch of 12-year-olds who didn't know what they were saying, and I guess that makes you a big tough boy. I guess. I don't know. It just seems really weird to me. It seems like weird, like compensating energy, I guess. It just does not seem like something that should be happening. It doesn't seem like that's worth anything, but I guess it is. I don't know. But yeah. But at the same time, we can't just be on this like other end where like if somebody like, you know, camps me on Hunt, I'm like, why did you camp me? Like that's not toxic. That's not mean. Like I feel like you should be able to say that whatever you want, right? I don't think that's like an issue at all, especially if they actually did it. Like whatever. I mean, I'd be glad to talk to somebody like in my Twitch chat all the time when I play Killer and somebody pops into chat and they'll be like, why did you camp me? Must be fun not knowing how to play the game because you camp so much. And I'll be like, well, actually, you may not have known this, but there were 2 of your teammates that came for the save at the same time. It was very unfortunate. So like I was just pressuring 3 people on the team at the same time out of a 4-person team. So it was just, you know, I was just putting pressure on the team, dude. It was nothing personal. And sometimes that goes well. Sometimes they're like, oh, well, I didn't know that, you know? So we can have conversations based off stuff like that. But if they come into my chat and they say, like you're a POS because you camped me, like, that's personal. You're making it personal. So I just usually just ban those people. So, yeah, this isn't something that I just, like I said, I didn't want to just talk about my thoughts and feelings with this. Like, what is your idea of, like, what is the line between smack talking, which is kind of like a competitive like pastime, versus making it personal and just straight up bullying and being terrible to people? I would like to hear your thoughts. I actually want a lot of feedback on this one because I'm very interested, because I feel like a lot of people have different ideas about this one. So I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I can't wait to see what you say. Goodbye.
Thank you.